Det er Danish Furry Gamer. Mit navn er Kiba Snowpaw, og velkommen til episode 10 af... Hvad hed den? Part? Driftwood. Det er det, hvad det hed. Nu havde jeg lige glemt for 2 sekunder. Ja, vi er kommet til, hvor... ham jeg kan ikke huske, hvad han hedder. Jeg kan ikke huske, hvad nogen af dem hedder. Hende der kan huske, hun hedder Ellen. Og hende der den anden hedder Caroline, eller sådan en ligner. Men vi er alle sammen inde for at studere musik. Caroline er der mest fordi, at Ellen er en meget sky person, og har meget low self-esteem, og har svært ved at tale til folk, hun ikke kender. Så for ligesom at løfte humøret, hvad kan man sige, gøre hende mere social, så er hun der for at få Ellen til at føle sig mere tilpas. Og det ser ud til at virke, og vi har lige snakket om rappermusik. Hun kender jo bare noget rappermusik, selvom hun ikke lytter så meget til det. Så, men lad os komme videre. I can't help but laugh, with only make her blink and look worried as if she was laughing at her or in a negative way. What's so funny? She may not be completely hopeless, not that I really thought that would be the case to begin with, but I had my doubt. So you listen to that, Ginger. It takes her a second, but she does open her mouth again, casting off the embarrassment from rapping aloud. Of course, every ginger has different roots, and they all make up there. She paused for a moment and pounced as if embarrassed by where she was going with her sentence. Well, they all make up for what I like to call the tree. The tree is the artist's taste, the reason for us to make music or to paint. So each ginger is a root or a branch to this basis of what we like in art, why we enjoy it, and to understand the tree as a whole, you have to learn how the roots are base works and how they connect with the overall picture. Ellen nods happy to see that I get the idea. I never thought of it like that, but you're right. But I'm not really a fan of it personally. I think Karen's like it though. I glance over at Karen, who wise her eyebrow as sequence catching up on the conversation in her head. Don't quote me, baby, cause I ain't said shit. Karen tone remind me of Matt, which make me grin. Karen and Matt were perhaps the real separation twins. We take the next few minutes to talk over the various topics and revolving around different genre of music: rock, pop, country, dubstep, and EDM. I know what rock is, I know what pop is, I know country music, I like country music. I like rock. I'm not a fan of pop, and dubstep is okay from time to time. And EDM, I don't know what EDM is. And other outlying branches like Sith, like what is, and K-pop. I'm not sure what K-pop is, but I do know what J-pop is. Ellen ends up knowing about almost every single one, but doesn't show very much interest in them, answering with simple sure and shakes her head. I only have one more ginger writing in my notes that I have a slightly idea about. Well, what about classical or occidental? Ellen immediately smiled, and I feel like she knew this one will come up eventually. She's been waiting. Aside from her astonishing and excitement, the answer okay doesn't really answer my question. Any suggestion as to what we could do with classical music? Ellen gently pushed her nose across the table toward me. This is caring, isn't paying attention. I nod and read through what she writing, giving her a break from having to speak. To my surprise, almost all of the notes have to do with classic, and most of them are much better concept of trapesque than the one I come up with. I smile at her and circle one of the best options in her notes and pass it back to her. She peeked down to see which I picked, and immediately a small smile of approval grows on her face, and she looked rather content with my choice. I will leave. It appears that Ellen has her shit together compared to me, to feel out of place with the schoolwork here, but I'll get better in time. So how about we each do a little research together and meet up tomorrow in class and see what we got? Okay. Awesome, thank you, Ellen. Ellen nods, takes her folder and stands up. She paused and looked at me for a second and then scurried out of Karen's room. Bye. I stand up slowly and collect my things before pacing over to look over at Karen's shoulder, watching her as she typed up a storm. She stopped suddenly, spinning in her chair to face me, her lips curled into a content grin. See, that wasn't too hard, was it? I'm actually surprised how much she spoke. She really likes music, is the only thing she actually care to talk about. I have some trouble talking to her about anything else sometimes. Huh? We share a smile and solidarily. Karen looked to my pocket, reaching over to grab a fancy cell phone on her desk. Say, do you have a phone? I should add you to my contacts. Yeah, I do. I pulled my phone out only to blink at the message that was still there, clang up at me. How's things? Frustrating, I make the effort to open the message and closing it, the message and the label it as unread. Karen thinks with a few options on her phones before hitting it over to me. Put your phone number in the new contest. I added my number and labeled myself as Marcus before hitting it back to her. Within a few seconds, my phone buzzed and I got a new text message from an unknown number. I added the number as Karen to my contacts and stuffed my phone back into my pocket without another thought. I looked toward Karen and the computer over her shoulder. I send you some people contacts later. Ah, cool. I really appreciate that. No problem. Karen reached up and offered me her fist again with a bump in return. This time she reacted and she wiggled her fingers in a playful manner. The sheer sign of her fingers waggle makes me laugh and little, and she grins at me. Never seen that one before. It's pretty swag, huh? Swag, you talk like Matt a bit. Oh, is Matt talking like me? Fair point, I wouldn't know, haven't been here long enough. She nods her head and leans back into her chair, just peering at me with a self-justified look, fingers tapping against her leg. Anyway, any question before I kick you out? We share a look as I think over what I really want to know. Whether or not it's rude, I attempt beyond belief to ask about Ellen. I have a feeling she more than just bashful. Ellen's shyness, it is caused by something aside from closer people. Karen raised her eyebrow very slightly at my instincts in her friend, but she doesn't seem nearly as intellectual as I do. What do you mean? Well, Are there other causes like, I don't know, bad parenting, low self-esteem, some kind of mental disorder? Karen immediately shoved her across her arm and gave me a aggravated look. Ellen's not retarded. Social incompetence and mental disorder are not the same. I quickly waved my hand trying to swag away the subject. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I failed to come up with anything more than justify asking the question, and the two of us fall silent, just looking at one another. Karen eventually shrugged her eyes, traveling toward the door to the hallway, thinking more deeply about what I suggested. I never really thought about it, but she hasn't been this nosy or told me about anything like that. I taken in a deep breath, finally finding the right way to describe what I am getting at. I just think it's a little strange that she's so high-struck and, well, awkward, but just then she seemed really comfortable talking about music. Karen tapped her chin, making her look like some scientist that is contemplating the mysteries of the universe. Ellen is unique in her own way, just like you and I. So I just go with the concept that Ellen is unique in her own way, as Karen's said, just like me. Cringe not slightly across her arm, clearly not going into any more depths with what I had asked. I take a deep breath and let out a long sigh. I just hope eventually we can carry on a conversation that's more than just yes and okay. It took me a long while, so just be patient. She quote Anya. What do you two do in your spare time? Just talk. She counts her finger as she thinks of the things they do together what are worth mention. Oh well, we do plenty of things, watch TV, anime, play video games. Occasionally I listen to her play music, we just hang out. Karen's shoulder left vaguely in another shrug before she rises each of her arm over her head and yawns. I should get going soon, but the mention of Ellen actually playing music and not just having a keen liking of it piques my interest in the dark-haired girl another shade. What instrument does Ellen play? Piano. She tries a few other but she's best at the keys. A pianist. Now it makes sense why she will want to do the project regarding the classic genes now. Cool, I have to talk to her about it at some point. Maybe next time I'll get a lesson. I smiled toward Karen at the idea, and she seemed to agree, nodding her head exhaustedly. Maybe. I look around the room and finally time and turn to leave. I don't want to overstate my welcome. Alright, well I think I'm gonna get hit. Alright, well I think I'm gonna hit back. Thanks for helping me out today, Karen. I grab my things and offer her a small wave as I struck the door with a hint of an accomplishment after settling into my mood. Sitting in the same room doesn't take much of office. She teased, making me feel a little less independent to her for asking for assistance today. Still, I appreciate it. I'll see ya. Have a good one. Back inside the dome, I hear what I think is a group of voices I know best. Before I can turn the corner into the digging area of the dome, I found Elric, who is on his way out with a soda in hand, dumping into me and nearly falling over. Whoa, close one. He stumbled back, catching his balance before grinning slightly as if feeling special for his quickie reaction. Luckily I didn't fall into ya, otherwise I will cream all over ya. He rises the can of cream soda before knocking my aside and laughing at his own juvenile and perverted joke. Good luck with that paper breath. He heads off, leaving me to find Yuku, who is standing in the middle of the hall. Hey, you. She has an abnormally happy look on her face to see me. Hey, how is it going? Pretty good. She bounces forward from her heels, and I can't help but notice her body staring against the fabric of her uniform as she leans closer. Uncomfortably close, Willie. Are you coming to my family party next Friday after the Harvest Festival? I'm invited. Yuki giggle a bit childish and offer me a pamphlet, almost waving the paper around like a ward before letting me have it. Of course, everyone is invited. I see. I'm sure I'll be one. I glance down at the pamphlet, using it as something to distract me from how tight-fitting Yuki's uniform is today. It may be that I'm just noticing it more now that I've gotten into the hang of how school works and I'm not just distracted by every little thing or person that walks by. A short glance reveals that the party is taking place at a hotel that has Yuki's last name. I am tempted to think it's just a coincidence, but a part of me doesn't believe that. A hotel. My father's. My father's. Now that I think about it, I think I've seen commercially for hotels with the name Beaumont. I kept my thought to myself though and just smiled at Yuki. I don't have a way to get there, but I'd love to join you. That's not a problem. I'm sure you get an escort. An escort? How formal. I don't need a suit or something to wear. Nope, you can come straight in your uniform if you like. Although it is later at night, so there really no reason to do that. I give a small nod and stuff the brochure into my pocket. I'll be there then. Awesome. By the way, some proculations to the words way was pound me on the edge as if going to the party has been a trap the whole time and there's no sort of catch. My phone number is on the pamphlet, so feel free to say hey or ask any more questions. Alright? I slightly sign out of relief and offer Yuki a nod of appreciation. Alright, thanks. Appreciate it. Great, I'll see you tomorrow then. She slipped by me, giving my arm another playful squeeze, then makes me tighten every muscle in my body. Ciao. See ya. I clear my throat a bit as she departs outside, leaving me with a nervous blush on my face. I really don't understand girl at all. With a bit of excitement dancing around in my head at the idea of going to a party at a hotel that is probably equal to 4 or 5 stars, getting my daily work done prove to be easy. I'm even able to burst out a good bit of research for the group paper for Alien without any halt to my excitement. I take the rest of the night easy, letting the satisfied feeling of hot water streaming against my frame beguile me into a more somnolent mood, prepping me for a good night's sleep. But as always, the shower, warm water, and earring deafening silence caused my mind to be wagged with thoughts. It's been about a day since I received Mikalia's text, and part of me is compelled to reply, but another part of me just wants to toss the whole thing away and ignore it. Either that or I go about telling her that I prefer not to talk to her anymore because of what happened. Not that I think of it, speaking with Murka on the phone wouldn't be half bad, but I still have my doubt with how that would work. I turned the water off and staring at the wall for a few seconds, then the answer doesn't come, so I slip out of the shower and get dressed in my sleeping clothes. Once I'm finished dressing, I find my phone and set it down on my desk and give it a strong look, deciding whether or not I wanted to deal with Mikalia right now or keep it on him. Second turn in 2 minutes and I live helpless, glaring at the screen of the menu and staring at the internet intently giving me the answer I need. I wish to grab it again, forcing myself to come to a vague dick, but the sudden sound of the vibrating against my desk nearly make me fall back into my chair. I compose myself to see my phone has another text. It's Michael again, but this time look more subtle than just how things. What could she probably want now? Hey, I'm sorry for everything that happened, and well, in reality I just wanted to see if you were okay. I haven't spoke with you since the end of school. Please give me a call or a text at least, just so I know you're still alive. The sign of the type words leave me with a little bit of strange feeling. I'm half overcome with joy that she at least has the decency to come up with something more humane than how are things. But I'm also a little melancholy about the fact that she seems worried about me and I've been in on her. It's almost like a punch to the guts, and lean back in my seat, letting the injury soak into my body. A few more minutes pass and I pick up the phone, texting her back with something simple that will at least delay the urgency of the conversation the two of us should have. I'm alive, so I've been really busy. We can talk on Sunday. I wait for a few seconds and get a relaxing, clean reply. Okay, talk to you then. The prospect of talking with Murka about our relationship and letting it die, or perhaps continue on as friends, is a bit reassuring. Comparing to just trying to forget about her, as well as ignoring the fact I nearly risked my life for someone who has dropped contact with me. I think I like this new outcome based and emphasis on the I think. I feel like I've fallen into a grinding role of each day already, yet not even a week have passed since I arrived. At least the classes are engaging, which I think is the major of the reason I haven't been slamming my head against the desk in incubation. I don't know that thing. I may just take some getting used to, but nearly 3 hours class each day make it hard to stay focused and awake. Luckily, each class is split up to 2 secondary subjects, so it's not hours upon hours of the same material. So classes are still repetitive enough to give me headache or put me to sleep though. Fortunately, the last period of the day is studied and give me time to finish upon outstanding work for any classes in Mr. Malwith room. What the fuck will I say? Fucking you've been right. Ellen sat in her unusual seat, working slightly. I hesitantly take a seat beside her and look down at all the notes regarding our paper sprinkled out over the tabletop. Whoa, you've been busy. Ellen sprang up, covering all her papers with her arm in a shift, intensely motion, trying to shield them out of embarrassment. I just try to put on my friendliest expression so she recognizes that I'm not here to criticize her. Sorry, it's not too much, is it? Oh no. Oh no, of course not. It looked like a good amount. Ellen gave me a gentle little nod, still not looking worried that she overdid it. So I think we might as well start on the paper itself since we have so much. Ellen gave another dim nod. So how about we each do half of the papers? Alright. She says this a little less nervously, and I can feel that even if it doesn't show, she trusts me to a certain degree. How about I do a topic and the introduction, and you can do the topic and the final thesis. Ellen peers at me for a moment like a deer in headlight before her expression lighten up, and she nods. Okay. If you rather do the intro, I'm okay with that too. I'm alright with anything, so pick the one you want the most. I'll lean back in my seat and let Ellen decide which of the two topics she wants to use from the list, and come up with it. The last two topics chosen, I came up with Beethoven or choppings. Beethoven er faktisk rigtig godt musik. Choppings har jeg ikke rigtig hørt noget af, uheldigvis. Men jeg har hørt meget Beethoven. Hvordan er det nu? Jeg kan ikke huske den. Influence on the artists in the past and in the current time, and how modern artists have repeated their styles. She looked over them for a long moment, green eyes staring down at the papers scattered around us. It took her a moment, but she turned to me and gave me a rather assuring nod, finally showing some backbone with her decision making. Chopping. Her answer is strong and simple, and we get to work, sharing small whisper and double checking each other notes without many issues. Eventually we end up with a semi-unbalanced first draft and of paper. The amount of affection and artistry put into Ellen's side of the paper is beyond measure compared to mine. She actually knows what she's talking about. We both read it, and she seemed to have the same conclusion, which only make me feel bad. Apparently I'm the one dragging her down. Geez, the difference in quality is so obvious. I could just use what you note and add on to it if you like. She beamed at me happily with a little gleam of hope in her eye that I'll let her do what she suggested. Unusually I be against this, but it's really hard to deny that cute pleading look on her face. Nor do I want our paper grade to be held back because of the pervasive difference in our writing style. I'll let it slide past my moral compass this time. Alright then, I think we could meet after the class a little later to polish it up into a final draft. Ellen looked away and feel like the answer is going to be a no, or at the least a silent shake of the head. She looked out the window for a long while before turning back to me and nodded. Sure. That's a surprise, a good one at that. Karen's room again. Maybe. I noticed that she's shaking even so slightly and her wrist leg is bouncing up and down under the table. I attempt to ask about it out of concern. For all I know, she could be having a seizure of something, but before I can, Malice sit up from the desk and clapping her hand for class attention. Alright everyone, enjoying your week. Also start getting ready for next week's Harvest Festival preparation. The class not in a sleepily overworked manner. I don't blame them. Today is a bit warmer and the room has poor circulation, so it's like sitting in an oven even with the air conditioning. Conditioning. I turned to look back at Ellen, who escaped a second after Malin finished his second, not even giving me enough time to say goodbye or thanks. The rest of the class follow through dragging their feet over serious about starting their week. Mr. Malin's attention strays down toward me and as I pick up my things. So how are the first week? I finished organizing, thinking about a good honest answer to his question before standing and looking toward him. It was long. Their classes are. Before I can finish my session, Malin laughed with over-exaggerated mechanical tone, as if she enjoys the totally long classes. Yeah. His hand slapped down onto the desk like he was getting ready to flip it over in a fit of frustration joy for the weekend final writing. You get used to them. You wouldn't imagine how long the faculty meetings are. I'll take your word for it. I sidestepped toward the exit of the room, a bit put off by Malik's laughter that so closely resembled an insane evil doctor. Anyway, have a good weekend, Marcus. You should explore the Iceland a bit and make yourself at home. The Harvest Festival is going to keep you busy all week, so some classes will even be cut short for preparation. He offered me a assuring smile, so I know Mr. Mallet hasn't completely lost it. I'm curious about the Harvest Festival as well as how much Mr. Mallet knows about Yuki's family and the party they are having after the festival thing. I'm a bit worried about the Harvest Festival, figuring I really don't know much about it aside from the basic. Can I ask what exactly this festival is? Marley spins slowly on his heels, making his way up to the front of the board and pops the cap up of the nearest marker. Well, countries ago, when the pilgrims come to America, he drove what looked like a bunch of waves, followed by a ship, and then to top it off, he drove a stick finger of a guy in the boat. And so the pilgrims come here in hope of being free to believe what they wanted. In time, those pilgrims met the native people and what make up the United States today. He drove a small man with a tomahawk and that made out of feather. The pilgrim helped the native and the native helped the pilgrim, and in thanks to one another they joined for a last feast. I cut in a bit knowing a good deal of what he was going to explain. White with Thanksgiving and stuff. Mallet doesn't seem to care that I interrupted him and continue from where I left him off. Exactly. So in thanks of everything we have, whether it be our family, the place we live, our friends, etc. We given det havde jeg ikke lige set. Jeg har spillet 35 minutter, så jeg ender den her midt i den her forklaring om indianer. Så det var episode 10, og jeg håber I kunne lide det, og hvis jeg har nogle kommentarer, skriv med i kommentarfeltet, og vær sød og hit den like and subscribe button, så I i hvert fald er glad.